NBA 2K26 is heating up, and we got exclusive info from Mike Wayne. It's not that exclusive, dog. You can find it on Twitter. But he posted up a lot of Q&A questions and answers from the community. And maybe your question on Discord was answered as well. He's been going deep. So we're going to do this. This is part 2. So if you haven't seen part 1, you already answered a ton of questions yesterday. Today we're doing the second part of that, and he gets into some good stuff that I'm excited for, and we're just going to go into it now. But before we do, if this is informative and you like this, make sure you hit the like, comment, subscribe for more, because we're doing what it do. All right, let's get it. So I'm going to display them on the right side, and I'll just read them out to you guys, and we'll have a discussion on other videos. I've been doing deep dives in all of the gameplay reveals and information that's been coming. So here goes nothing. First question: does motion styles have an effect on gameplay? And they already did, dude, but here you go. Confirmation. He says yes, motion styles are driven by pro play, just like dribble styles. So some styles are naturally quicker and more explosive than others. This time around, they're going to be having the ratings gate the higher effective styles. So that means you're gonna probably have to make sure you get the right style. Now, this hasn't been that effective. I'm gonna be honest. They were okay, but you couldn't really tell in the subtle differences. So I'm curious to see how much better it'll be this year. Okay. Second question: how does rhythm shooting and button shooting? Wait a minute. I already answered that. This is old. Okay. Second question right here: are there any changes to dribbling besides the new controls for signature size up? Mike Wayne answers: dribbling has changed a lot in 2026. Branching and chaining moves will feel more responsive. You can interrupt more moves than you could in 2K25. We made an effort to make dribbling faster and the input more responsive as well. You'll find some great new content as well as returning of some old favorites. Pippin's behind the back wrap. I can't wait for that. So I think dribble heads will be able to create some nice highlights this year. This is probably the biggest part of this video. I mean, I could make a video on this alone, which we might. Then he also answered, since double tapping circle is for the wrap pass, now how do you do flashy passes? Flashy passes have been moved to the cross and circle. Self alley-oops are now mapped to square and triangle. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. That's not that hard to forget. I gotta note that because when you go to do them, in the game, it's gonna be interesting. Then he answers, if you don't green a rebound and you still get it, what happened when 2 people green a rebound? And by the way, rebounds like this have been existing. They didn't change the rebounds, guys. I don't know if people realize that. They did not change the rebound system. They just added a feedback. And he says, you can still rebound if you don't green it. If a little guy is trying to out rebound a big guy, excellent timing will often not be enough to secure the board. If the big makes 0 effort and just stands there, the little guy has a better chance of getting the board. 2 players green the timing. The outcome is decided by positioning, rating, and height. This mechanic has been around for a while, by the way. He says the core mechanics around the dribbling works isn't changed in 2K26. Your timing jump has always been an important aspect of rebounding. There you go. Now they're just adding the feedback to that. So I don't know why people are making that a big deal. Sheesh. Is the size of the green window different for no dip compared to regular catch and shoot? Green window for quick catch and shoot shots are the same as regular shots. It's possible that can change in the future. I say don't change it because I'm hitting an open shot regardless, right? If it's a quick shot, it shouldn't get a boost. I just think, you know, if you're skilled, you're skilled. Not necessary. But who knows? Maybe they'll do that. That'll be amazing. Make it even easier to hit green open shots. And then it says, have there been any changes to baseline sensitivity? And I think Mike Wayne answered this wrong. He basically says, yes, there are improvements to address the sideline sensitivity, especially when attempting baseline layups. We wanted to know more about going up and down the court to sideline issues, and I think they didn't ask him directly that. So sometimes y'all don't know how to ask questions, because he answered baseline instead of the sideline. And here we go. Can you pull the chair when being back down in the paint? He says yes, you can pull the chair in the post by tapping circle or B on the Xbox when the offensive player makes contact with you. So I'm just curious to see how effective it is this year. There will be a boost. Will there be a boost for turning your shot meter off? He says yes, there'll be, your green window will increase, which is such a big W. And you cancel out of the new go-to post shots. So this is a dope feature that they added to the game, and it looks like we're going to definitely be able to. So it says for the post go-to shots that have dribbles, yes, you can cancel just like you do with regular go-to shots. You can also pump fake and chain the step throughs also. So this is going to be crazy good, guys. Nasty. Are there any changes to plug steals and lane steals? On-ball steals, on-ball steal targeting and steal animations have been improved to reward defenders who position themselves well and anticipate the dribbler's moves. The canned animation plug steals have been also entirely disabled. This is big news, by the way. I'm curious to see how that would play out. Pass animations have been tuned a bit, but they are similar to last year. Can you do dip shots in team control mode? Yes, so you basically have to hit L2 as you pass to be able to have the AI shoot with that mechanic. Are there any changes to burst and changing direction for ball handlers? We spend a lot of time tuning the dribbler's ability to start, stop, and cut. The speed and tightness of changing direction will vary based on the rating and the dribble style, which I love that. That's good news. Then it says, are there any improvements to standing dunks? And basically they reworked the standing dunk so that when you're open, you're able to dunk and green them easier. And if you're crowded, it's going to be a little more challenging, what they said. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's some of the news. And of course, you might just continue to drop more. And I'll do a part 3 because we do have a part 2 already in here. So you are locked in for a bunch of good content. I'm excited, man. I think this news was very good for dribbling. The steals, getting the cannon animations get kicked off, that's going to be good. And you know, those are the main two. And then also being able to cancel out of the post go-to shot will be amazing once we see how that functions and find out what are the best post go-to shots. I know I'm going to be doing it a lot. Something I did last year, so I'm excited. Other than that, that is today's video when it comes to Mike Wayne answering more questions. I hope this was helpful and informative. I'm trying to give y'all the best coverage I can, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we got more, so check out the channel. If you didn't see part 1, it should be popping on screen, or my other coverage for all the great news, the gameplay, and more. All right, see you there. Peace.